see if I can see the game in the whiteboard. Sometimes it reflects.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nathan, your game's tomorrow, man. What are you doing here? Hey, Mark. Morning for you, evening for me. There he is. Morning for everybody. Hey, John, Zane, Kia ora tama. Yeah, Jason, DY, Chloe. How long is the kickoff? 8 minutes, I think. Enjoy watching with a friend. Yeah, fair enough. Evening from Tokyo. Man, you're in the right place. Morning, Carl. Go Box. Yeah, tomorrow. It's all about the final first. The bronze final. Hey, Nick. Got this one in the bag. We'll see. We will see. I was just saying to someone in the comments of one of the videos if there was a way to kind of ease the pain of a early World Cup exit, it'd certainly be the first one over the All Blacks in 50-odd years. Going to be a cracking last game, hopefully. Hoping the ABs take this one out. Well, it seems they're just lining up to come out now. Bummed out. I'm not going to throw the smack talk at the All Blacks. Still your favourite team, yes. Although from South Africa, studying for finals and watching the All Blacks. Okay. Priorities, study, get your education. All Blacks by 25. Watching from work. Okay. My work's already done for the day, done for the week. So that's good. ABs will have to play well. Yeah, man, it's the final game for a lot of guys, so they aren't going to want to put in a bad performance, that's for sure. The demi-final. Okay. I've heard it called lots of things, like third place playoff, bronze final, consolation final, demi-final is a new one. Gonna miss Ben Smith. Yeah, indeed. Me as well. Jasmine, good evening. I thought the game starting at 9. Be back in just a second. I just need to adjust one thing on my TV. That's better. Ruben, AB's by 20 plus. Take that. Definitely take that. Cape Town says hi. Hi, Cape Town. How's the water situation? That was a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? I think you're disappointed I'm a Wallabies fan. Sorry, Danny. It's a new era for the Wallabies once they get a new coach. Thoughts on the media this week compared to 2007, night and day difference. I was very accepting of the loss this time. But I guess better refereeing performance probably as well. Wales going to make a V for the haka. Didn't Warren Gatland joke they're going to make a W? Dams are full. Awesome. In Cape Town, that's what we like. Lots of water. 30 plus for the ABs. If the ABs can't do it, then back South Africa for the final. Fair enough. Got some rain in South Africa. We're getting there. Very good. You going for the box or the pommies tomorrow? Lord of the Kings is here as well. I'm kind of torn, but I have to admit, in my heart of hearts, if I had to choose who I could see raising the trophy, it'd probably be Sia Kolisi. That would be epic. But I'm not going to be heartbroken if England win as well. I mean, it's I just want a good game out of it, really. I really don't. I don't mind. Loads of ABs fans here in the stadium. Man, how many games have you been to? Darren, man. Love the video so much. Love from Cape Town also. Man, lots of people from the Cape here. Have you seen how hot that Kiwi teacher is? No. Who's the hot Kiwi teacher? Media has been kind to the ABs here in Australia. Is that right? Whoa, what's a big continued All Blacks fans in the crowd? You need that Southern Hemisphere bias. That's the spirit. I know, right? Everything should say to back South Africa, right? But, I mean, yeah. Rugby will be the winner on the day. I think that's what Squidge Rugby always says when they ask him who does he want to win. He just says rugby. Yeah, Kaha from the USA. What time is it where you are, man? It must be late or early? Late. Finishing the week. Rugby is on. Beers and rugby boys. Exactly. Why didn't Hansen start this team against England? I guess he went with the team that had got him there, so that's how they went. Another Cape Towner and one from Joburg. Man, lots of South Africans in here today. How are you guys feeling about tomorrow? Nervous? 4 a.m. in the USA. That's commitment. Tomoranui Cinema is open for this game. No way. That's awesome. No one from Joburg. She was the one who sorted all the pupils out. World headlines. Bro, I haven't seen it. I'm out of the loop on that one. Excited, nervous. Stoked for the final. Hoping Rico and Bender put in performances for sure. Excited for Khaleesi to lift it up high. Yeah, still got to get through England for that one. Not going to be easy. From Durban. I heard there's good food in Durban. Is this true? From South Africa. Boss, let me leave work early to get here. Converted rugby fan. Huh? Awesome. ITV stream is down. That can't be right. Chisholm back. What could go wrong? Don't say that. You're tempting fate. I got confused. Today is the final. Today is the bronze final. Final. In Pretoria. Definitely good food in Durban. Good to know. One of these days I shall have to go there. What's a bunny chow? Is that a joke? Spiced pineapples. I don't know if you're being serious or joking. Are they going to do kamate or are they going to do kapo pango? It's a good question. Southern Hemisphere tonight and tomorrow. Kieran Reid's going to lead it. Bunny chow is what they call curry and bread. Wow, that sounds kind of nice. Gonna send them some more Hello Kitty goods. You noticed the Hello Kitty is in the background. Kamate. It is kamate. I think I prefer kamate. My mom's sitting in the room and she said she prefers kamate. I think I prefer kamate as well. My dad's here as well, just FYI. They're speaking very quietly. Curious, which rugby teams do you support? The All Blacks, the Blues, and every other team, basically. I was about to start training during the game just when I saw you streaming. Don't let me stop you, man. Training is also important. Do you watch Trevor Noah? I do watch Trevor Noah from time to time. Haven't heard those bunny chow jokes. Massive sports fan and proud Queenslander is back for the bronze final, man. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully it's a good game. give you a shout on the kickoff time. Yes, I will. I feel like I'm going to be a minute behind you guys because this one's not being shown on TV for another hour. So I'm live streaming the game and live streaming here. So I feel like I will be about a minute behind you guys. Kickoff still has not happened on my one yet. They are still getting ready. Thoughts on the haka being done only on special occasions? First game of the season, last game. I mean, that's the way they do it in sevens. I think they only do it if they win like the competition, right? So, and some of the Super Rugby teams do that. They save a haka in case they win the whole thing. So I'd be pretty sad to see it not at every game, though. Because how many games do the All Blacks play a year? It's not that many. Watching from Zimbabwe. Nice. Bronze is a very important alloy for humidity. Bro, you're doing stat attack. What's stat attack? Am I going to write down the stats? If that's the case, then yes. Spark Sport is about 45 seconds behind reality. Indeed. I still haven't kicked off. Have you guys kicked off yet? You guys have kicked off. Okay. If we're streaming the final, I will stream the final. Indeed. Oh, Wheat Big Stat Attack, of course. Just kicked off on my one. No, I don't. I don't do the Wheat Big Stat Attack. We do have a couple of the cards floating around the house, but I don't actively collect. Springboks, man, tomorrow. I know you guys are pumped. I'm pumped for it as well. It should be a good game tomorrow. Our streams are about the same time. Okay. I swear I'm going to be behind some of you guys. Beware spoilers in the chat. Oh, big tackle. Oh, Patchell with the quick hands. Does that Adams? Adams has been so good all tournament. And New Zealand won the breakdown penalty. Great to see a guy like Sia raise the Webb Ellis trophy. I mean, there is something would be pretty nice about that. I mean, didn't the guy have a pretty, like he put it, pretty poor upbringing, right? Like I saw some quote from him saying, well, I saw the interview saying that was it the 2007 final, he had to watch it in like a bar or something because he didn't have a TV at home. So to go from some poor kid growing up to then lifting the World Cup, that'd be massive, but still got a big game to get through first. Steak and cheese. You wish you had a steak and cheese pie. I had a mince and cheese on Wednesday. Yep. When I was in China, one of the main things I missed was the pies. Love the flag in the background. I know that was given to me by Jeremy. Very kind. Gifted me a magazine from the World Cup and a Hello Kitty World Cup flag. Official merchandise of the Rugby World Cup. Another penalty. Do I follow rugby league? Very loosely, man. It's on the news here, but I only follow it very loosely. I don't see a whole lot of it. George Ford will be panel beaten into George Mazda after tomorrow's game. That's a good line. I like that. Aussie rules is a laugh. Aussie rules, I mean, it's funny because cricket takes longer, but Aussie rules takes quite a while. It takes like 2 hours? More. 2 hours of game time? I can't remember. I mean, rugby takes about 2 hours once you include all the stoppages and stuff. Moonga's still lining up the kick on my stream. Ooh, that's a bad miss. That's a bad miss.
Post.
Okay. Bad miss. Hit the post. Both rugby, cricket, and boxing are the only decent sports. I watch a bit of the ice hockey as well. Don't mind that one. Soccer, watch a bit of that. Been known to watch a fair few sports. Sports are just fun. Oh, Crowley did well to keep that in. Really? Okay.
Go, Retallick. Go. Here comes the try.
Oh, my Lord.
Moody.
Moody from 20 meters. Jeez, he's never run that far in his life.
He scores a few for us.
He never runs that far to score them, though.
Nah, he's not going to closer.
Wow. You do not see that a lot. It is true.
Good job.
Wow. He just put the hammer down. Look at him. Jeez, he enjoyed that one.
Good pass by Retallick, too.
Boom, try time. Update the whiteboard. I'll update the whiteboard once they finish the conversion. It hasn't happened on my stream yet. Does he kick it? 7-0. You sure? Spoilers. Hello Kitty, indeed. Rick, wasn't it you that told me to put up the kitty? All right. 7-0.
Watch this pass by Retallick. Beautiful.
How can I watch this game live? It's live in most places free, but there's a link in the description if you're looking a way to watch it with a VPN. No, mate, but it looks good. Okay, somebody, sure it was a Rick, mentioned me to put up the Hello Kitty flag. Whose international jersey do I like the most? I like the Argentina one from this World Cup, but the ones that are on sale are not the same as the ones that they wore in the matches. They're slightly different. The Uruguay one is pretty nice.
You know, obviously, apart from the All Blacks one.
The All Blacks one's scratchy.
Pretty good, though.
It's all right. Watch the video on international jerseys. Yeah, I've done it. Half of the questions I've probably done a video for it. That was forward. Yes, you did hear someone in the background. There's two parents in the room with me. R.I.P. Grandpa Kitchen. Yeah, it was sad that old dude died. Only one of my workmates told me about him for the first time like a few months ago. Bro, what is all this rubbish about the Germans? Honest to God, it's a rugby stream. Boom. New Zealand look angry, bro. Yeah, they don't like to lose 2 games in a row. That is for sure. Grandpa Kitchen was an old Indian guy And he used to cook up these huge meals for orphans, and he was just like, he's got a real happy face and always real positive. So he used to do all these videos about like cooking show style videos about how to cook up meals for groups, and he used to feed poor people with them. So top bloke, but he passed away. This is probably going to be a blowout. I hope not, but the All Blacks definitely will have a point to prove. Favorite Springbok player? Probably Cheslin Colby. If not him, maybe Achios Neyman. That guy's fantastic. Can't stand Sonny Bill. Wow. Dangerous break.
I'd love to beat the All Blacks.
Of course they would.
I just could play the guy. I like that much.
Ooh, loose ball. Oh, they're picking up the scraps. Bodie's going to have too much gas there. What do they do with it? 2 meters out from their own line. Sonny Bill's God. Yeah, he has that effect on people. Either love him or hate him. How did Sonny Bill's boxing career turn out? I think he kind of called that quits, didn't he? Don't want to be this Welsh team. Nothing more dangerous than a wounded and angry AB's team. They are definitely not happy chappies to be playing in this game. Phew, that was close indeed. Do I watch F1? I used to watch F1 quite a lot. It's another one of those ones that I kind of keep an eye on the leaderboard really loosely, but I don't watch it week in, week out. The time zones for the F1 here are generally pretty bad. Where would Japan finish in the rugby championship if they were included? Could they beat the All Blacks in Japan one day? That would be a huge result. It's definitely not impossible. It's still pretty unlikely, I think. He said maybe arrogantly as a New Zealand fan. Which soccer team do I support? The one I generally follow is Liverpool. Rassi is leaving the coaching role but resumes role as director of rugby. Yeah, that's kind of what his contract was, right? He was initially appointed as director of rugby for, was it 6 years? And then his kind of first move as director of rugby was to appoint himself as the coach, but he never planned to be the coach for the whole time. I think he prefers that higher level view stuff. That's what he was doing at Munster, right? New Zealand did push through with a kick, but Wales have cleaned it up pretty nicely. 11 minutes, 47 seconds gone. Wales not looking too bad. Yeah, apart from conceding that one try, they're still looking pretty solid, which is good. Who do you think will win Coach of the Year? I think probably whoever wins the Rugby World Cup, and then maybe Japan get Team of the Year. The All Blacks are just outside the Welsh 22, where I'm up to. Oh.
Go.
Wow, okay. Bodie. Wow.
Good job.
He does put that gas down. Pretty muted celebrations. He does make it look very easy. Dane Coles with the run. Aaron Smith reverse pass to Bowden. Right, I think I can probably update the whiteboard. Yep. Has to be Eddie Jones for Coach of the Year. Depends if he wins the World Cup. I also think that's the difference. Right. I've got 2 of these tonight because I'm almost out of this pack. Do not have any England, New Zealand, South Africa, or Wales ones left. It's all these guys. Anyway, cheers, people. Jamie Joseph for Coach of the Year. If it's not Eddie or Rassie, it has to be Jamie. I feel like Japan, I think they'll get team, but it could go the other way around. World Cup winning team and then Jamie Joseph for coach. I don't know. You should try Black Label beer. Great start from there. He's been more confident than last week. Definitely looking better than last week. It's true. Player of the Year. Who were the guys nominated? It was Ellerman Jones, the American Taufete, Colby, Peter Steph, Curry?
No Bodie this time.
Oh, Adi Savia is the other one. Go the Seattle Sunwolves. I haven't watched hardly any MLR. It is true. More time for Wales. Barnes has already called use it once. Oh, Adams beat the first man.
Look out. Here's a try.
Is he held up or is that held up? Jeez.
That was close.
He's penalised us for being offside.
Not bad this first.
Wales got the line out.
I
Want to see who Adams beat. Was it Sonny Bill? It was. Close. Held up. When did they start wearing shoulder pads? They've been putting all kinds of protective kind of gear in there for a while, hey? Maul number 2. They need some quick ball, but it's pretty slow at the minute. I'm hesitant to look at the chat because I know you guys, a lot of you ahead of me. They've gone 5 phases. Retallick contested that one, but he didn't get it. Seven phases. Eight phases. 9 phases. Ten phases. They're still like 7 or 8 meters out. Oh, Patchell half gap. 11 phases. Thomas Williams just got put back on his butt. 12 phases. 13 phases. Oh, they needed that. Was that Alam Amos? Wow. How many phases was that? Like 14?
15, 14, 15.
They needed that. Wales deserved that. Yeah, they did. Good build up.
They fell on that side, weren't they?
Little dummy.
Should have really gone, but
There's their kicker.
oh, he's a reserve kicker. He's not bad. I haven't seen him play a couple of times before. Oh, he's got that.
No worries.
Very good kick.
Yeah, he's got that.
14-7.
That's a good try, actually.
Who will win the kicking game in the final? Ooh, you got 2 really good kickers up against each other in that one. How come Prince Harry is playing for Wales?
He's referring to the offence fire. Quite funny.
Let's work up. Is this the first half? Yeah, man. 20 minutes gone. New Zealand lineout continues to look a bit shaky, but it's led to a Moonga half break. Yeah, in the Welsh half, just past the 10-meter line. Favorite commentator? Maybe Matthew Pearce? That guy's really good at his pronunciation, man. He gives the players proper respect. He learns the way to say all their names, be they French, South African, New Zealand, like whatever. He does them proper credit. At least to my ear, anyway. Lineout looks shaky because Wales don't throw the ball straight. Oh, that was a New Zealand lineout I was talking about. What do I do for a living? I got an office job. Office job at a university here in Auckland. It's New Zealand's turn to build some phases now. They're in the Welsh 22. Oh, Retallick. Oh, Wales have turned it over. Time for a counter or time for a kick? It's Thomas Williams. So he wants to run it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kick it.
Yeah.
Pronounce that place name in Wales. I can't, but I've seen a couple of people do it on TV. How tall am I? Like 6'4"? I once got bitten by a dog in Cardiff in 1986 while on holiday. Because of that, I would like New Zealand to spank Wales. Man, you hold a grudge. Damn. But I can kind of feel that. Favorite Welsh player is Prince Harry. Where's Prince William?
Not bad.
Scott Barrett just gave away a pretty dumb advantage. The dog's dead, bro. Yeah, after all these years, that dog is long dead. Adams. Whoa, what a tackle from Bodie. It's pretty fired up.
Going back to that penalty. It was a
6'4", absolute unit. I used to be a stick at 6'4", but I'm with all the pies I'm eating, becoming a bit more of a unit. My brother's actually 6'5", and they used to call him the unit. Second to last stream that Mark will be doing for the Rugby World Cup. I know, man, it's bittersweet. It all comes down to the final, so that's what it's all about, but it sucks that it has to end. Every time the Cheetahs won the Curry Cup and World Cup year, the Box went on to win the World Cup. Cheetahs won the Curry Cup. Damn, that's an interesting stat. She'd be playing lock. I'd be a pretty short lock these days. Oh. Coles is going off.
He's had a lot of hamstring problems.
Your parents must be like 7 foot tall. No, neither of my parents are that tall. My mum's fairly tall. My dad's not short.
5'10".
5'10". You're shrinking though.
Yeah, that's true.
A generation reasonably tall.
Yeah. What shirt are you wearing tomorrow, bro? I am debating. I'm leaning towards just the Japan jersey to kind of finalize the Rugby World Cup in Japan. I'm thinking about Japan. Man, if Wales score here, they're only 6 meters out. It'll be proper game on. And New Zealand have given away a penalty.
It was against Karen Reid.
Carl, man, indeed. For a third, fourth place game, this is pretty intense stuff. Hope the weather's good in Sweden, bro. Where do I come from? From here in New Zealand. Wear my Hello Kitty jersey. If only I had a Hello Kitty jersey. Be neutral tomorrow, mate. Wear a Brumbies jersey. Any reason you picked the Brumbies jersey, Tim? Coles went off limping. Not quite sure what's the deal, but
It was either hamstring or calf, I think.
I'm 6'6" and was a lock when I started playing. I was a tallish lock. When I finished playing, most were tall and heavier. Indeed, man, that seems to be the way it's going. At least we're making this game competitive. Yeah, man, no, it's been good. It's been a good passage of play from the Welsh. Whiteboard update is coming. I'll send you one, a Hello Kitty jersey. Is that a thing?
Is it a promise or a threat?
Is it a promise or a threat? Yeah, true. If you send it, do I have to wear it? Do they make Hello Kitty in my size? I doubt it. Do you know who will be the next New Zealand coach? Well, they're talking about interviewing Dave Rennie. Ian Foster will definitely be in the mix, so we'll have to wait and see.
Scott Robinson might be in the mix.
Enjoys all the tries and points you're seeing. There certainly won't be this many in the finals. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be 14-10 after 27 minutes, which is almost a point a minute. It's not going to be that way tomorrow. Did you hear Rusty is planning to step down as coach? Yeah, that's kind of always been his plan as far as I was aware. Like, he made himself director of rugby. When he got appointed director of rugby, made himself coach and was always planning to coach until the end of this cup. I think that was always the plan. And then he would find a coach to step up. So, I don't know. I assumed it would kind of be Swiss the Brain or something because he was working so closely with him, but that seems to have not panned out. So I'm not sure what his plan is. Maybe Van Graan from Munster? I don't know. Who else does he have a good relationship with?
Go, buddy.
New Stormers jersey. I haven't seen it. It'd be pretty sweet though. Has it been announced yet? I haven't seen it. New Zealand jersey certainly aren't out yet. They won't be out top for the World Cup. Oh, knock on.
Damn.
Loving stream from Glastonbury. Wife from the Bluff down south. Wow, nice. She'll be excited for this one, but you'll be getting ready for tomorrow, mate. The All Blacks have conducted themselves pretty well. Yeah, by all accounts, they've been pretty good. That pass was a bit low. Okay. Cool, man. Sounds like a plan. I only have one Stormers jersey and it's an away one. So I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a home one, to be honest. Delende versus Tuilangi. Who wins? Geez. That's a case of two of those kind of irresistible forces coming together. Wales haven't beaten New Zealand since 1953. Indeed. So not in my lifetime. Not in my mum's lifetime either.
I was 3. When they last beat us.
Sorry for that guy who got his Rugby World Cup winning tattoo. Bro, the guy made a choice to get that tattoo. It was just a particularly bad choice. Pretty dumb is what my mum has just said. Pretty dumb. Do I post every day? Yeah, man, I tend to put videos up pretty much every day. What's the plan with the channel after the World Cup? I think the next major competition I'll be going for is probably the Champions Cup, so a bit of a Northern Hemisphere deal. I'll probably do a fair bit of roundup stuff after the World Cup, like a dream team, just a few retrospective things, maybe rating some of the teams on how they kind of met or failed to meet their expectations, where it all went wrong, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Champions Cup's on the horizon, which is cool. I mean, the Premiership and top 14 are all underway, but I do not have time to look at all those, so I'll go with the Champions Cup. And then it'll be Super Rugby, Six Nations. So, man, there's plenty of rugby to go around. My dad was 1 when Wales last beat New Zealand. Yes, it's been a while. Do I watch the Six Nations? It's funny because I always used to kind of keep an eye on it, watch the game, because there's usually like a game which is on stupid time in New Zealand, one that's on 5 a.m, and then one which is on like after you get up. So I always used to watch that one, but never like every single game. But this year I watched every single game and did previous reviews, so it was cool. cool to actually get really, deep dive on it
Yeah, they usually have the replays on a Sunday afternoon, so
instead of just following it. Leinster beat Zebra 3-0. I saw that result. I was looking through a list of all the results that week because somebody mentioned it. Oh, man, these scrum penalties are going both ways. Sorry, we're getting distracted. But, yeah, that week was full of relatively high-scoring games. I watched Dragons and Glasgow, and that was not high-scoring, but it was okay. The weather was a bit ordinary. But, 3-0. Geez, how does that happen? FMG is getting new turf. I did not know that, Jasmine. I'll have to go to a game next year. Hamilton is not too far for me. Been there twice now. I just love picking out the Champions Cup all weekend over the winter. It's a lot of games, I got to admit. The pool stages for the Champions Cup I did it last year. It's a lot of games. I did not watch all the games. I watched at least, I think, 2 games, and then I would have to watch just highlights for the others, for the Friday or the Saturday, because I would usually have I think 3 games. Watch 2, highlights 1. It's a lot of games in the Champions Cup, but a few good upsets and whatnot last year, so I really enjoyed that as well. Oh, Ben Smith.
Go Ben.
Has he got a try on his finale? He has.
Good job.
well done, Ben. Bender.
Sad that the Sunwolves are leaving Super Rugby. Well, hopefully they can get Japan something sorted. That seems to be what talks are about recently. Reed, Frizzell.
Gee, that was a good try.
Another good try.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, well done, Bender.
Beautiful.
He's always really hard to tackle, that guy. Ben
Yeah,
Smith.
for a size,
He's
he's
kind of
really
like an
good.
eel. He's just really slippery.
Just sneaked it in.
That helps. He's
Cheetahs
so,
make
he's
the
so
Pro
strong for
14.
a
The
size.
Cheetahs are doing pretty well, hey? Whiteboard update's coming. I'm just writing some notes. It's making it look a little bit more comfortable. But still, 21-10 is far from dead and buried. Bender is the modern day Conrad Smith. What's the age gap between those guys? It can't be that much. Rugby is the most random thing that makes other cultures love New Zealand. That and Lord of the Rings. And Taika Waititi. Flight of the Conchords. There's a few things. Kind of niche, though. Is that kicked him in the head?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh. What happened here?
that's not a good look.
I don't think he was watching where his feet were going there.
I think it was accidental.
He just got a boot to a shin to the head. Who was that did that?
Don't know. The feeling it was,
Is the TMO going to look at that?
I'm sure.
I think it was accidental, mate.
Although I'm sure they'll look at it though.
Hang on. Let's have a look.
Overseas people laugh that New Zealanders don't wear shoes in summer. Not just in summer, man. People often don't wear shoes in other seasons as well. It's a thing.
Oh, we didn't get it out. That wasn't very clever.
Wow, great
Well done.
catch from Adams. He's having a great World Cup, man. Who do I think will be the next AW's coach? Oh, it's tough. I mean, Scott Robertson's had the Midas touch for everything, but Steve Hansen actually mentioned that a kind of an All Blacks coach should have had some kind of adversity, like 2007 made him a better coach. But Scott Robertson hasn't really had that, eh? That kind of made me think he was pointing towards Foster, but I don't know. I'm Aussie and I can state that I don't own a pair of shoes. In Canberra? I thought Canberra was cold. Moving to America, I found out no shoes, no shirt, no service. Oh, that's what that means. Yeah, you got to put your shoes on. If Scott Robertson takes the over the ABS, will Bob Locking replace the haka? Maybe they could adapt something. It's almost half time. This game is flown by. Sunny in Sweden, 2 degrees. Come on, man. 2 degrees. It's not even proper winter yet, though, is it? It's certainly not summer here, so it can't be winter there, surely. Scott Robertson looks like he should be in the combi on the east coast of a surf trip. I think he surfs as well. I'm pretty sure he surfs. Yeah, he surfs. So that's a fair call. Like nearly 30 degrees here in North Queensland. I don't know what the temperature here is, but it's comfortable. All right, Wales could definitely use some points before they go in at halftime. There's only a minute and a half left in this game's first half. They're on the 10-meter line in the All Blacks half. They've gone 7 phases, but they could use some kind of penetrating attack at some point soon. But the All Blacks defense is looking pretty solid. -2 at midnight, -2 in Seattle. Good Lord, guys. Auckland is mild in comparison. That's why we're all wearing no shoes, but not really. Most people wear shoes. Eating lollies from Halloween. Geez, do you guys do Halloween in Queensland? Oh, the All Blacks have won a turnover after 13 phases.
Time.
13 degrees in Wales. Melbourne's 30 degrees. 14 degrees in England. Yeah, I feel like it's in the low teens here right now.
Yeah, 13.
Probably, yeah, 13 or so. It's comfortable. Hey? Oh. Wow. Try time.
Good job.
Did it again.
Winton, try beer. Cheers, man. Try beer indeed. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna miss one.
45 degrees in Limpopo. Whereabouts in South Africa is Limpopo? I feel like I know where most of the provinces are.
Wind.
Let's say that's good that we've got that lead now.
Checking to make sure you didn't step out.
North. Bulls country. Okay. Is it in the Gauteng? Is it Gauteng? North part of South Africa, so further north than that. Fend off in the face, yeah. Limpopo is north of Pretoria, just south of Zimbabwe. Wow, that is north. It's pretty much halftime. As soon as this conversion either goes over or misses, it'll be halftime. Ooh, very good kick.
Oh, God, good stuff.
$28-10. Halftime, guys. That's game over. Could well be. It's a long way to come back from, but not impossible. $23 degrees in Durban. Stats, please. Yes, I'll check the stats. The stats usually take a couple of minutes to update, so I'll just wait for them for a moment. What does the third place game mean to you? I guess about as much as any other test, right? You don't want to lose it, but yeah, it's not like not winning a Rugby World Cup. Halftime stats. Possession, All Blacks 42, Wales 58, territory 39 to the All Blacks, 61 to Wales. But if you look at the run meters, New Zealand 322, Wales 172. Tackling, New Zealand 87%, which is very high. They've made 89 out of 102. Wales 72%, which for them with Sean Edwards, that's low, very poor. 53 out of 74. Penalties conceded 6 apiece is actually pretty high for half time. High, all high. Do I support the Queensland Maroons? I don't really have a team in the state of origin. Comfy for New Zealand, bad contact from Moriarty. He'll be off now for good. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't look at it. Maybe they did, but they just didn't call the ref back on it. Why couldn't New Zealand play like this in the England game? I guess England didn't let us play like this in that game as well. Eddie figured the All Blacks out. Could well be it, mate. It seemed to be. Just so you don't need all the position and territory, England also showed that. Exactly, man. I can't remember what the key stats were now, but I did a video on the Rugby Championship to see like what were the key markers for teams that won games. And I think it was actually more than half the time teams with less possession and territory won the game. Tackling percentage was like okay importance. I think it was like clean breaks. I forget. I'll have to go back and watch my own video. Are you a league fan as well? Not really. We can't help but follow the Warriors here because they are always on, like the news, but not hugely. I did like league more than union when I was about 10. But when I was 10, rugby was still amateur and league was very flashy and had all the good marketing. Taking those chances when you get them is what matters. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you just look at that, all that position and territory, but not really able to penetrate that All Blacks defense is what I read from those stats. So thanks for all your efforts over the Rugby World Cup here in the Czech Republic. I can get only Czech commentary. Sadly, I speak no Czech. That's unfortunate. I know the feeling though, because I used to sometimes watch games. Like nowadays, they've got a service called Rugby Pass in Asia, which streams all the Super Rugby and whatnot. But that was never a thing when I used to live in China. So the only way I could get the games was just like illegal streams. And sometimes you can only find like the Japanese stream, and I would have no idea what they were talking about. New Zealand weren't cocky. England was the last team that could stop them, and they knew it. England just, yeah, I think that's what I mean when I say England didn't let them play that way. England were just very good. England plugged the gaps, and yeah, exactly right. Why do we not give Corbus Reinach more time in the Rugby World Cup? Same deal with like Ben Smith in this one. Furlong to move to the Blues for the free Spuds. Man, I want it to happen. A guy like Spuds, the Blues have a sponsor from a potato company. It's a match made in heaven. I've tried watching league. We get frustrated with the 6 tackles and having to hand it over. It seems like in league you can run as fast as you can, as far as you can. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big league aficionado, so I don't know kind of the difference between the tactics. But like I've mentioned it before, in Union you can deliberately see this team's playing light, like a lightweight pack. They're trying to be mobile, like they're doing the Japanese thing with the fitness, not all that big. That can be a tactic. Or you can pick a team full of just huge humans, which is not mobile, which is just designed to just dominate. Like you can physically look at teams and go, these guys are going to play different ways. These guys are going to run it. These guys are going to kick it. I don't see the kind of same variations with league, but that could just be because I don't understand the game enough. Exeter Chiefs. Yes, there's a Series flag there as well, though, and a Leicester Tigers, and there's a Quins one down here as well. Wales at $95. That's worth putting $1 on. Probably have to pay him about $1 million a year to get him out of Leinster. Yeah, I know it's not going to happen, but hey, the Spuds. We've got Spuds. Do you support any European rugby team? I mean, not really. The first guy to send me any European rugby gear was Mark, and he's a big Leinster fan. So I will admit, you can't kind of not help but remember that first team that you got. Hey, Oos. Right now, my favorite YouTuber. I appreciate that, man. That's very kind. Hello, Kitty. You found a place. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely going to wrap them up. I'll put them away. I mean, my dad has kept some really old stuff of his. I'll show you one. I think I've got it. Bear with me just a second. I'm sure there's one over here.
That's it.
Like this. Oh my god! Like,
How old was that?
I mean, this is some of my dad's old stuff. I was digging through his drawers and stuff and found this thing. Look at that. Auckland against South Africa, 1981. I wasn't even born. 1981.
Collector's item.
Yeah, collector's items, right. It's crazy. What the hell? $1. I know, it cost $1. Look at these mustaches. That's amazing. You don't see mustaches like that anymore. Yeah, I mean, I do not know a lot of these players, to be honest. A lot of them I do not know. Gary Whitten, I know. Andy Hayden. Yeah. Crazy. They look like 70s porn stars. They do, and this is the 80s. I guess we were like 10 years behind America and New Zealand, so we went for the 70s porn star look in the 80s. If you're waiting for better home video, yeah, there you go. This is the one to wait for, a Sharp VCR. Yeah, that's why you got to keep all that stuff. My dad's got a whole collection of that kind of stuff. Ricardo from BA. How's it going, man? How's the weather? What's the time? What high school did I attend? I went to Onehunga High School. Not a well-known high school in New Zealand. It's a pretty small one in the scheme of things. The 1981 series was controversial. Penalty in the last minute for an All Blacks 2-1 win. Is that right? Jeez. '70s porn look never goes out of style. NZ's going to run away with this. Could well be. Most Southern Hemisphere players go to the Northern Hemisphere for money. This is true. We cannot pay the same. Thoughts on Namibia? Man, for a team with a small player base, they did pretty well. It's a pity their last game was cancelled against the Canadians, to be fair. I arm wrestled Rico Ioane when he was 15 and I was 17. I'm a big boy and he beat you easily. Damn. Must have been a strong dude. South African student can't wait for the finals. Also writing an exam in a few minutes, bro. Good luck with your exam. Had great weather yesterday. Today's forecast is rain in Buenos Aires. That is a pity. It was a cloudy and then sunny day here in New Zealand, so pretty good weather. Hey, 2 cents. Hey, Sensor. Glad to know the videos are helpful, Mr. Massive Queenslander. You got 30-degree weather, so I'm hoping that helps as well. Prank weeks during my school times. Not really. That was never really a big thing. Michelak from France played for the Sharks in Super Rugby. Yes, he did. 2 seasons? Onehunga High School, my man. Yeah, man, that was my school a long time ago now. We're looking forward to Gats coming back home. Yeah, I think it's definitely a good thing. I'm kind of keen to go see how the Chiefs play for sure. Cleaver from the US played for the Lions. No way. Uni exams have started. That's true. The university I work for is also warming up for exams. Great work, bro. Nice. Thank you, mate. Do you watch most of the first 15 competition in New Zealand? Not a lot, man. It's on Sky here every now and again, but I don't watch a whole lot. Who else is supposed to be studying, man? Is it exams times in South Africa, huh? Tyler Ardron is also playing over here. We've had a few of we had another Canadian guy playing for Auckland last year. So it does happen that the guys come down for a game.
I had one this year too.
Gareth Delve used to play for the Rebels. He was Welsh. I should also be studying. Bro, all you students, go do your studies, man. Education. It's important. This is only a third and fourth place game. Tomorrow you can skip school. What do you think of Dave Rennie as the new Aussie coach? Isn't he coming to the All Blacks for an interview?
He's keeping his options open.
Thank you for the World Cup uploads. I've watched most of them, bro. There's been a lot. There's been a lot of games on. What was your reaction when you heard Bowden Barrett was coming to the Blues? I was kind of like, what's the catch? And there's a catch that he's not going to play for the first half of that next season. So, yeah. Second half is about to kick off. Moriarty's still on the field after that knock to the head, which is impressive. We'll study after the game. Okay. At 1 o'clock the next hour, the President of South Africa asked fellow South Africans to hoot their vehicles in support of the Bokke. Nice. All these questions must be getting pretty thirsty. I came prepared. Second half has just kicked off. Favorite match at the World Cup so far? Scotland, Japan was pretty good for its moments, especially after the typhoons. It was nice to finally get a game and see them get all that hard work to get the stadium back in order. So that was pretty cool, given what was on the line as well. Maybe France and Tonga. That one was really close. I'd have to have a look through all the results to remember, but those are the two that just stick out in my head anyway. Good kick from Wonga. Wales are going to have a line-out in their own 22. Japan beating Ireland, that's true. Wales, Australia was another good one for sure. I love how your father is also making side comments in between. He's being remarkably quiet tonight. Aren't you guys?
We're trying.
You don't have to.
Hello, guys. Ben's having a dynamic game, isn't it?
Yes. He really plays pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
The guys have just said something in the chat that makes me want to not take my eyes off the screen.
Well, we're going to score another try. Go!
Oh, another guy who is leaving gets a try for his farewell.
Well done. Well done.
And everybody's going to say,
Why didn't they try it?
Yeah, but they just had they had an unbelievable plan.
Good try for Ryan Crotty.
Well done.
Line out move gets disrupted.
Oh, Bender again.
He generally plays pretty well.
He's hard to bring down for his size.
Yep.
Was that a Sonny Bill Williams offload?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Well, they're looking pretty good now. I can't, at this point, I can't see Wales coming back to win this one.
It'll be hard.
It'll be very tough. I mean, there's still a lot of time to go. Stranger things have happened, but it's looking very, very tough.
Should be 25 points to come back.
Also, Jasmine says hello.
Hello, Jasmine.
Hello.
Does he kick it?
Should.
Yeah.
Yes.
This match obviously is a lot to
Thanks for the show. It's great. You're most welcome, buddy. Ben Smith, man of the match. He might well be at this point.
Mm.
Who's talking in the background? My mum and dad. Kava and whiskey for that try. I haven't got any kava or whiskey, but I'll drink to the try anyway. Owens has gone off for Wales. Only lasted 3 minutes in the second half. Likewise, Nicky Smith's off. Reed should get a try. I'm sure he would love to get a try. I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe take a conversion at the end if they got a sitter. But I don't know. I don't know if he's that kind of guy. He might be too serious for that. Sonny Bill Williams confirmed going to go to league in Canada. I've heard the rumors. I haven't heard anything confirmed. That pass was forward. And Wayne Barnes hasn't picked up a forward pass.
Funny, yeah.
Maybe.
I'd say good riddance to Sonny Bill.
Does your dad know you were rooting through his drawers? No. You must come to have a real South African braai with us. Bro, I really look forward to that. I'm trying to plant the seed in my wife's mind that we need to go on a holiday in South Africa. But she's worried about the distance with the kids. She'd rather go somewhere closer for now until the kids get a bit older. I said, I can go. We don't need to take the kids. Or my wife. I can just go. She didn't like that.
Garrett would love to go to South Africa.
Garrett would love all the animals,
He would.
for sure.
Absolutely. Garrett
Oh,
would
yeah.
love to go to South Africa. Alice knows about lions.
Wayne Barnes never picks up forward passes.
Nope. Oh.
Oh, his petrol hurt, man.
The
The Welsh 10s this year have not had much luck.
I did right. I'll bring their reserve on.
Might as well.
Prince Harry is hurt. Yes.
He's played all right.
Yeah.
Like he's had quite a reasonable game. Aaron Smith said he wants to do another World Cup campaign. Oh.
They want to know who you're picking tomorrow, Geza.
Probably England.
Do you hear that?
But I wouldn't be surprised if South Africa go really close.
Remember Gavin Henson, bro. How could you forget that guy?
I would like to see.
He had a big boot on him.
Southern Hemisphere team.
Put a fair bit of effort into his styling of the hair and whatnot.
Oh. It is unbelievable.
He's going to be man of the match, but the TMO is going to have a look at
They're
this.
going to look at that one.
TMO is going to have a look.
What are they looking at?
What's he checking?
Don't know.
Well, Ben Smith looks to have gone over for a try, but the TMO wants to, well, the ref wants to check with the TMO
Yeah.
first.
What are they looking for?
A knock on. No? Is he just checking that pass, that tip on didn't go forward?
He was behind him, so it can't have gone forward.
Is it forward out of the hands, I guess?
Yeah, it might be slightly forward. I think that's what he's checking, the one from Sunnyvale.
Oh, okay.
So if I look,
Hit his hands and move forward, I think we're just going to be in trouble.
yeah, I think they might rule that out,
No,
actually.
he might be forward.
No try tip on forward. Yeah, exactly. You can't go forward from your hands, so that's it.
No try. You got that right.
Nearly.
They're saying, come on, Gaza, for the final. It's got to be the Southern Hemisphere's
That's what I
rugby
reckon.
dominance.
That's what I reckon.
Blue and yellow, white mouthguard for the win. Yeah, he's an Otago boy to the end. 47 minutes gone.
His
Almost
club is
48.
called Green Island.
Hoping
Beats them.
Pivac can reinvent the stagnant Welsh attack. The Blocks are 2-2 in World Cup finals, going for 3 from 3. LaRue will catch everything tomorrow and Faf won't kick. The kicking is a plan. Did you see Squidge Rugby's video on that? He analysed it down to when and where they box kick. It's very deliberate. I never picked up on that. Box kick showdown tomorrow.
I'm on replacement, so
It may well be a box kick showdown, but it'll be tense, hopefully, and close. This game isn't close. Squidge video, was it the one against New Zealand? Was it that one? I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of his World Cup ones where he analysed the South African game plan about the 3 different zones and when they kick and how many phases they go. It's all very deliberate. Ever since Squidge Rugby got his copyright strikes, lost his videos. I admit I haven't watched as many of his videos because since they've been on Vimeo and the Vimeo ones got taken down, so it's just a thing, man. Hopefully once it's World Cup over, he'll be able to put his normal stuff up again. I will support Wales if Squidge coaches them. There you go.
Kicked it out on the floor.
Did he? I missed that. What happened? Did he kick it out on the full?
He took it. It was passed back to him into the
And he ran it out?
22, and he ran it. It was passed back to him. He was in,
Oh, okay.
and he kicked it out on the floor. Oh dear.
Squidge has his own site now. Yeah. It's just harder to direct your regular YouTube traffic to your own site. You've got to be like a proper fan to go to someone's dedicated website, I guess. It's getting a bit scrappy. Oh, tried a quick line out, didn't work.
Highlanders move. 2 Smiths.
We've got to ask, should Ben Smith have started against England? That's going to be the questions after this game. Should we have had Crotty? Should we have had Ben Smith? Should we have had Riku Ioane? These are all going to be the questions, but I don't know, man. Based on last week, I'm not sure that would have made a difference. If the refs had a fight, who would win? Who's the toughest looking ref? Angus Gardner's one of the younger ones, but he's not that big. Who's that big, tall French ref? I can picture him. Copyright strikes are more damaging to World Rugby than they realize. I know, but it's not. It's just their lawyers, from what I understand about it. It's just their lawyers. Oh, God.
No.
Nobody wants to pick up the ball. This game's going scrappy.
Southwood.
Trying to go too fast.
Mm-hmm. The Wales are playing catch up, and the All Blacks got such a big lead, so probably get a bit scrappy.
Piper has a strong elbow. There you go. Piper's your man.
Haven't seen much of him tonight, have we?
He's been on a few things. Hasn't really had the ball go his way.
No.
Oh, no, that's
25 points down. Let's kick that you are now. I know. Lawyers do what their clients tell them to do. It's about the money for exclusive TV rights. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. World Rugby has sold loads of rights to all these different providers, SuperSport, Spark Sport, ITV, all these different companies, Fox in Australia, that MSNBC, or what is it, NBC Gold, whatever that American one is. So they need to make sure that nobody else uses anything without paying for it. So that's the brief for the lawyers. So they're sticking to it by the letter. From Panama. Good. NBC in the US. That's right. Thank you. It's still very much fair use, educational, and transformative in nature. Yeah, but I got a feed, like a video fed to me in my creator account of YouTube. Then it talked about fair use. And YouTube basically said, look, yep, fair use is a thing, but we don't decide what fair use is. That's the court. Well, Jonathan Davis has gone on a break. Oh, it's Tipperick. Jeez, I'm just confused by the headgear. Too busy talking about copyright. Jonathan Davis is in the grey headgear. That was a cutting move from Wales after 11 phases, 12 phases. Oh, what a tackle. Did he even have the ball? Yeah, but YouTube basically said they don't. Oh,
surely.
Shingler. I got to stop. If I talk about copyright, apparently Wales play really well. "13 phases.
Ooh.
Tipperick again. Ooh, geez, somebody hit him high.
Oh,
That didn't look good.
it didn't. That was Brady Retallick. He was falling into it. That wasn't good.
So anyway, YouTube basically says they've gone back for the advantage. I'm just going to write a note. 15. This game's come alive after going scrappy for a bit.
Oh, Sonny Bill. He's no idiot.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as it maybe looked with the
It
side
wasn't
angle.
that one.
Anyway, YouTube copyright. They basically said they don't make the call. That's the courts. So they said if the copyright owner tells us to bring it down, we bring it down. If you want to go to the court and prove that it's fair use, then when you get the court order saying it's fair use, then give it to us and we'll put your content back up. That's basically how it works. So unless you want to go to court to prove fair use, that's it.
Captain's going up.
Alan Jones has gone off after 56.
He's been a real old stalwart of Welsh rugby. That guy's
been around a long time,
He's
hasn't he?
real good, man.
It's been around a long time.
He's real good. I like him.
There's crappie going up as well.
You talk about copyright. Wales played better.
What's coming on?
Well, I guess Squidge is Welsh. So, talking about copyright
And Tyler Brown.
is the Welsh connection.
Judy Barrett's on.
Mm.
I've let Sonny Bill's go off.
Oh, I reckon.
Well, he might have a
This is actually considered a real game. It's a definite it's a definite test. Man, all the big names are coming off at this time. Alan Jones, Sonny Bill Williams, Ryan Crotty, all these guys are coming off at the same time. Got to give it to Sonny Bill. He's looking fit. He's certainly no slouch at the gym. Are you allowed to show replays during the game after they score live? I'm not allowed to show nothing. Can't show a thing.
Oh, they should have been penalised for that. Goodness me.
Trying to get through the forwards.
Mm.
After this game is a lot of time off from Test rugby. That is true. So these guys might as well just leave it all out there. No knock on. That went backwards. Wales are 8 phases and like 8 meters from the All Blacks line. Yeah, and there is 23 minutes left indeed.
Trying to go through the
10 phases.
forwards.
11 phases. That might be a maul. No, they've brought it down.
Should be using their backs now.
I think they would.
What's your next video after the World Cup? Like I said, I will do a dream team, but that'll probably take me a while to gather all the stats and to get my man Jordan to edit it up for me, all nice and pretty. So that'll probably be like a week or two after. But yeah, I'll definitely do some World Cup kind of summary stuff. Did anyone turn up at the stadium to watch this? It's a sellout, bro. It is a sellout. It's All Blacks against Wales, even if it's for third place. Who wouldn't want to watch it, eh? 20 phases Wales have gone. Wow, somebody actually scored at the bottom of all that. You kidding me? That's what Josh Adams.
He's a good player. He said he got tournament, that guy.
He can score them any which way.
Gee,
And I can't see nothing. The ref must have been in a perfect spot.
Ah, yeah, that was on the line.
Has to be. Has to be.
Don't know how you could see that.
Wales haven't given up. I love that mentality indeed. Yeah, Adams should probably finish as the tournament's top try scorer.
Different kicker.
Oh, he's a good player. This guy.
Oh,
He
bigger.
came out with the Lions. Yeah, got
That's
that.
right. I remember that.
Still 20 minutes to go. Is that enough time, guys? Is that enough time?
Score 3 times.
It's good to see them push the All Blacks, though. Even though I think the All Blacks will probably score another try too.
Welsh World Cup try record. Is that a fact?
Well, Matt Todd's going on.
Matt Todd's coming on for the
Is
final
that
20.
Oh, Matt Todd, he's a good player, eh? He's going to Japan. Tommy McBrownie's always there, isn't he? Bad luck. Bad luck. Bad luck, Kieran.
20 minutes, enough time for 13 points.
18.
13?
It's 35, 8, 17. So.
Yeah, 19 for a win. So, a point a minute against the All Blacks could be done.
It's good that they haven't given up, though. Welsh have had a lot of injuries, to be fair. In this tournament in particular, they've been one of the hardest hit teams.
Who's talking with me? Oh, my parents are just sitting on the couch over there. Where do you get all your players' stats from? Usually from ESPN, Rugby Pass, or the Rugby World Cup site. Loads of sources. Each of them good for their own things, but none of them perfect, which is frustrating. What's your heritage? Are you part Māori? Not part Māori. I did a DNA test a couple of years ago, and it said that I was bugger all from the UK, which was surprising, a bit Irish, and mostly like Western Europe, like France. And I was like, that's pretty random. Then I got an update like 2 or 3 days before the semi-final, England against New Zealand, and it says, oh, actually, we've updated our records and you're mostly English and Irish and like Scottish and Welsh kind of thing. Pretty much as UK and Ireland with little bits and other pieces. So, yep. I'm English at the right time, apparently. That's not how that rule works anymore, Geordie. They changed that rule. You can't put your foot on the touchline and catch it anymore. They changed that a couple of years ago.
Oh, Jacob Piper's on the sideline.
Yep. You've got to keep up the rules, Geordie.
Nah. I think when they're out there and the adrenaline's going, to be fair, you know, there's a lot going through their heads.
Those DNA tests are fake. Yeah, well, they certainly changed the result for me, that's for sure. DNA tests are not accurate. Yeah, I think the science is still pretty basic. Still pretty basic. But if any of my near family members are serial killers, maybe my DNA will help track them down. Health insurance company is able to deny you in the future because of a DNA test. I don't have health insurance, so that's fine. Who was the dude in the chat that predicted 35-17 at the start of the game? Did somebody do that? No way. Doing Movember? No, I'm not doing Movember. If I wanted to do Movember, I'd probably need to start in January. 35-35 draw. Optimistic. Good fighting from Wales. They're not giving up, that's for sure.
$20.
According to my DNA,
I think so.
when your wife is part Prussian. Prussia doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh dear.
You said 42-15.
Yeah, fullback for Wales is good. They always had good fullbacks.
But he cannot grow a mustache. Exactly right, man. Exactly right. I can try, and that comes out just looking like I've got some dirt on my lips. Do we see a lot of drop goals tomorrow? Penalties and drop goals, I think, will be the order of the day. But if the game is tight, then it won't matter. Hopefully. Where are the beers? The beers are here. I've had one. Debating whether to open the second one.
Open it.
I'll turn the ball over.
Silly passes by us.
Oh, the game's got a bit loose.
Very loose.
Grow a dirty Sanchez. Bum, fluff, face. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
They're playing catch up and we're trying to extend their lead.
Oh, stupid.
They want another try.
Yeah, I guess it's not basic technically, but it is just about matching people in those other places. So it's just about building the data sets, basically.
Oh, that was well. It's good. Wales are showing some fight though.
Have you finished your Heineken World Cup box? It's interesting because I haven't really been drinking the Heinekens except here on the streams. And it just so happened that with 2 games left, I had 4 beers to go. And I usually do 2 a game, so it kind of worked out perfectly. What didn't work out perfectly is that 3 of the 4 final ones are all Ireland. So tomorrow is going to be Ireland and Samoa in terms of the beers. How's that? $12 minutes left. Wales could use a score.
Well, they're right down there, so.
Can a third place playoff end in a draw? I believe it has to go extra time.
They tend to drop quite a bit of ball in the second half.
Because according to World Rugby, it is a final. It's a bronze final. Was gonna ask if you had any more Samoa bottles. 1 left, man. 1 left. I had so many of those. I opened one box, it was half Samoa, and the other box was half Ireland. So Armada Rugby in Brazil. Nice. Does not matter. Every YouTuber seems to drink Heineken. It's just the official beer of the Rugby World Cup, man. It's not a preference thing. A chance to win the trip to the Rugby World Cup final, which is now closed, and I didn't win. Heineken mini kegs, $44 at New World. I did look at those mini kegs, but I decided, nah. I only bought the boxes of beers because it was like, you can win a trip to the World Cup final. And I was
What
like,
you doing there?
I know it's like a stupid lottery, but I thought I'd give it a crack.
I think Burn's got that wrong. I don't know what he's doing.
Who knows?
He's starting to puzzle me, I'm afraid.
Hi, Martin. What we do when the World Cup is over? More rugby stuff. Just with less people watching. Favorite sport? Nice one. 3 guesses. 70 minutes, 30 seconds, 35-17. I think it probably is game over. It would take a miracle to get out of this one. I've been waiting for Super Rugby, says Jasmine. Yeah, Super Rugby's not that far away, which is pretty scary. Six Nations is not that far away. Champions Cup is the closest of the lot.
In January for the Super Rugby.
Pro 14 and Top 14 and Premiership have already started. So rugby. There's always more rugby. It's not a bad thing. Thank you, Gray, for the comment. That's very kind of you to say. Rowing is the ultimate spectator sport. We do well in the rowing at the Olympics. If nothing else, New Zealand, we've got some decent rowers. Best Premiership team. The only Premiership jersey I have is Bath. So maybe Bath. Although I'm going to rectify that shortly. I've just placed an order. So, yes. Sevens is exciting. That's true. I don't get to see enough sevens, which is also true. Football, yeah, I used to watch a fair bit of football when I lived over in China because there was no rugby on, but not that much these days. I follow the results more than watch the whole games. I found it really weird that netball is a huge thing in New Zealand when I moved here. And UK, it's purely a school thing. I don't know if netball's huge here, but it's definitely the biggest girls' sport.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Some girls do it pro, but I remember they don't get paid a lot. I mean, in the scheme of things, rugby guys get paid poorly compared to sports like NFL, football, any of the American sports, really baseball. But then compared to the netballers, they get paid a ton. So, Ruan Duplessis, thank you, man.
Go.
I will open that second beer then, seeing as you did that. I appreciate that, bro. Girls rugby is, I think, the fastest growing sport in New Zealand right now, so that's a good sign. New Zealand rugby is actually investing in the game a fair bit.
It was good, wasn't it?
The All Blacks are just offloading everything right now. T.A. Sharp, what's up, 2 cents? Love your consistency throughout. Been a better mate, and your content has been sweet. Respect from Yorkshire. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. That's very kind. It's been good. It's been a good World Cup. Tomorrow's game should be a belter. Who do you think would win between Saracens and Crusaders? If I copied Squid Rugby, I would say rugby would be the winner. And rugby is America's fastest growing sport. Is that real? Lost interest in the game now. it's had its moments. I think the first half was probably better than the second. There's been a bit of scrappy play and a bit stop-start in the second.
Bit loose, eh? Oh, well, they go out a winner.
They're looking a bit happier than the last week.
They took it out last week.
"74 minutes. New Zealand have got a scrum 5 metres out from Wales line. They should have something fancy up their sleeves here. We will see." Interesting that Matt Todd's packing down on the blind side, but I guess because Sam Kane's still on. Rugby is popular on the US West and East Coast. Seattle Seawolves, the current champions. Okay. I hope it's more popular than the NFL is here, because the NFL doesn't get much traction over here. Oh, Khan. Cheers, man. This should be the Rugby World Cup final. I don't know, man. I predicted it. I would have liked that before the tournament started, but not to be. I hope the World Cup final tomorrow is closer than this, because this is pretty one-sided at the end, isn't it? Big scrum from New Zealand.
Good job.
How come they didn't set up Kieran Reid? Surely you had to do a set play to set up Kieran Reid for a try off the back of the scrum. Come on, man. But that's fine. Morgan gets a try.
No debating he's going to take the kick.
Are they going to get one of the guys going out to take it?
He was talking to Geordie.
Oh,
Take the kick.
between Geordie and Richie.
Yeah.
Try time.
Try time.
Just pretend this is the final. Well, like I said, it's the final. It is the final. It's just the bronze final. Still a final. So you can say you played in a World Cup final. You just don't tell them which one.
I think they're fairly happy.
I love watching the likes of Georgia or USA touring New Zealand heartland teams. Geez, you sound like this guy. He said the same thing. Problem, I think, will be the money. Okay, New Zealand, that's quite enough. What a game. Yeah, it's been a pretty bit of a blowout in the end. A lot of the guys in the comments, to be fair, said it to be a blowout. No conversion. Okay, so 40-17.
On Richie.
Apparently he misses. Spoiler alert, Dad.
Yep.
It was close.
A big huntsman spider just wrapped itself around the top of my beer and it's not letting me near it. Cheeky bugger. Jesus, just surrender to the spider. Those things are horrendous. Is he?
They just put up.
Okay.
No, let's go ahead and see. He'll have to be the Welsh player of the match. He's had a really good game.
All right, but you can cover it, develop the tier 3 nations more. Yeah, I'd like to see it. I'd go to a game or two. Brody for player of the match. Yeah, apparently he did get it. So New Zealand get 3rd place. I kind of hope they don't do a little medal ceremony where they put it on them, because anytime people get a medal which is not first, they just immediately take it off.
One thing I'm going to say about Wales, at least they gained. That was forward.
Yep.
That looked forward, Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, this team looks kind of night and day from last week, eh?
he's missed a couple.
Hmm.
If I was judging the ref, I'd give him 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's a high
dear,
tackle.
You can't do that. Pin.
It's like this near the end.
Hmm.
Do you think France would have taken South Africa? Probably not. What's the name of the biggest rugby stadium in New Zealand? The Eden Park.
Didn't really touch his head.
Nah, I've got to adjust that rule at some stage. To different grades, I reckon, at the moment.
New Zealand just had an off game last week. England are overrated. We will see tomorrow. No more scoring from here. This will be my closest predicted game, says Jasmine. Yeah, what did you say, 45-17? Could have stopped at the first 3 tries. Yeah, well, hopefully maybe Wales get a consolation one here. Uh-oh. Geordie's intercepted that ball.
Pass it.
Geordie's not passing it to nobody. Oh, he's passing it to Bodie, to ALB. He's just...
Oh, he knocked it on. Rico knocked it
I
on.
shouldn't be laughing at that. ALB's butt was just all
Rico
over the
knocked it
screen. Oh, poor
That was a
guy.
good move.
What a way to end your World Cup
Yeah.
with a bronze
Well
medal
done,
and
boys.
your ass all over the telly.
Oh, look at Getz is a bit sad.
I don't know why that's so funny, but that was pretty funny.
It was.
It eases the pain of the World Cup, isn't it? Oh, jeez.
End of an era for Steve.
Well, it's up 40-17. All Blacks get the job done. Pretty convincing in the end. Sad for Gats to go out that way, but I mean, it was a
They
match
didn't
that
disgrace
nobody
themselves.
wanted to play anyway. It's a bit cheeky. Yeah, it was a bit cheeky. A bit cheeky from ALP.
It's good that they won their last game.
Yeah.
I thought they would.
I thought they would too.
You're at the arse end of the tournament, yeah. That's true as well.
Very clever.
Say no to crack, kids. Yeah, indeed. All right, guys. I think that'll be enough for one night. I'm going to sit here watching this post-match stuff for a few minutes, and then I'll check the review up. I'll check out the stats and whatnot. Tomorrow's the game. Be streaming that one for sure. Wouldn't miss it for the world. So, yeah, we'll see how things go. You English and Springboks fans, enjoy the rest of your day. Have an early sleep because I think the game is early in the morning for you guys, right? So make sure you're up, you're fresh, get all your snacks and beers or whiskeys or whatever it is you're going to have early in the morning for breakfast. Oh, Maporo, well done, beers. Here's a vote for you to wear your Japanese jersey tomorrow. Thanks for the stream. Also enjoyed Mum and Dad in the background. There you go. Okay,
See you later,
cheers.
guys.
Thank you for that, sir. Grant Dexter. Thank you, sir. Our All Blacks have gone out with a decent result. But, yeah, do you guys want to say goodbye? I think they want to see you.
Oh dear.
There we go. Bye-bye, Mum and Dad.
Bye.
There you go.
Bye.
There you go. See, they're real people. But, yeah, you guys take it easy. I will
Gee, that guy there's a good player. Josh Adams. He's real. He's got a lot of tries in this tournament.
see you guys tomorrow for the final. Like I said, go to bed early tonight and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Cheers for the stream. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again
I
soon.
sort of like these Welsh
See you.
guys.